Hey Thomas,
Hey, Young.
I just came back from our history class and we talked about North Korea today. We watched a documentary about a British guy went into a library asking them, "Do you guys have Brave New World?" I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? You can never ask about a dystopian novel in that kind of country.
If it's hard to find a copy of Brave New World, it would surely be impossible to find one in 1984.
What do you mean here? Is it better?
1984 just has all the elements of the dystopian canon, such as the disintegration of the family unit, the distortion of history, and even the enslavement of people by technology.
Okay, technology. I'm glad you're bringing up technology. I think everyone knows that Brave New World is a masterpiece as the technological application in the future world. I have read about 1984, and you guys have telescreen cameras, but they're only simple electronic devices to supervise the people.
I mean, I agree, Brave New World has more technology in number,
It's
but the
fantasy.
role of the technology in 1984 is to scare the people. I mean, like you said, for telescreens,
Hmm.
they can watch everybody all the time as long as the government wants to. And naturally, people are going to be scared of that because they know that if they make one tiny slip up, one thing that might hint that they're thinking something against the government, they can be thrown in prison for life.
Hmm.
I mean, and people just don't like the idea of the government having this omnipresent power.
Oh, Thomas, if you have ever read about Brave New World, you will know what is omnipresent. Because there, they have control in every second of your life. So everyone is born in a Bonavarsky way, which is like cloning babies from 1 to 1,000, and you were trained or you were conditioned according to Freudian theories. They make you to like or dislike something, and then when you died, they will burn you in the furnace and collect your body as a fertilizer for the land.
I agree that there's a cradle to grave aspect of the technology in Brave New World, but at the same time, 1984, the technology is meant to scare and bring fear to the people rather than for pleasure. I,
Exactly.
I mean, for example, in Brave New World, you have Soma, which is a drug that causes people to have this great ecstasy, and one of its side effects is to have people have sex without any concern of bringing shame to their families.
Families, well, it is already a shame to mention in this word in Brave New World. I've read about some words like when John come back from American reservation, he met his dad and say, "Hey, Dad, I'm coming back," and everyone there is got ashamed, cause the word itself, is a personal insult, cause there's no family at all.
I mean, I agree that there's a concept there being no family in Brave
Hmm.
New World, but at the same time, one can see the slow and really scary ripping away of the fragment of the
Hmm.
family unit in say four. For example, you have the daughter of Mr. Parsons point him out for having a thought crime in his sleep. You're talking about a 7-year-old girl who, in a normal society, would be this pure, loving, sweet, loyal girl to her father, but in this book, you see a complete reversal of the daughter controlling the father and even her mother in the relationship.
But there is still family. The family is still there. But in that kind of idealistic society, there's no such kind of personal secret relationship. As Brave New World said, everyone belongs to the others. I remember that during Chinese Cultural Revolution, the president once said, "The future of the family is to terminate. There's no families in the future."
That's nothing like perhaps a termination of history in 1984.
Why do you mention history here? You can't compare
I,
this to.
I mean, the protagonist of the novel, Winston Smith's job is to get these newspaper articles that are sent to him, find stuff that contradicts the government's claims, and he rips them off and throws them in a fire. If you ask me, that's the epitome of distorting history.
But destroying history is not the same thing as destroying family, because family is based on mutual emotions or mutual relationship. But factory is the actual thing happening in the past. You can never change that, right? We can see some examples today. We have Indian reservations, different kind of reservations around the world. The purpose of setting them is to learn from them, is to see the diversity, is to use them to help our own society. Just as in the Brave New World, they have American reservation, and they send psychologists, scientists to that place to learn from them, to learn about their habits, their ritual, and to use their knowledge to help the society, right?
I agree that history does play a role in Brave New World, but at the same time, the government in 1984 does more of a job of restricting and oppressing the idea of history. If you're caught with, say, a textbook or anything of any historical context, the government will treat you as a serious criminal and perhaps even kill you for that.
Mhm.
But in Brave New World, like, history is irrelevant in the world state, but at the same time, one is permitted to go to these American reservations to learn the true facts of history. But if the government in 1984 were in Brave New World, they would go to those American reservations and probably kill everyone who claimed that the government wasn't completely right all the time.
That is a short-term version of history or everything. I have to say that Brave New World has a long time perspective to everything, the technology, the history, and the families. I have to say maybe that 84 is good enough to be recent dystopian novels, but definitely Brave New World has a longer perspective in the future.